Hello and welcome back, everybody. So I'm a little better rested, I think, than the last stream. I tell you what we're gonna do, so I can get extra comfortable. We're just gonna adjust that camera just a little bit. There we go. I think I'm relatively center frame, so cool. Okay. How much is that gonna bug me that I'm not like perfectly squared? I guess I can move up a little bit. The center frame. There we go. So Wicked Seed, having a good time with this game. I hope you all are. I certainly am. So let's find out what else this game has in store with us. We got to the police station, but it's telling us that we probably can't progress that much further because we got to drain the water in the sewer. So we yeah. So there's usually what I do is I'll ramble about some of the stuff that I've seen on a lot of these streams. That's made my day. That's made my entire night. I am so happy I saw that today. But I kind of feel like, even though we've changed her outfit, that she wouldn't be wearing that in the sewers or the city. But we also don't want to give her the generic... Yeah, we haven't played as her without the jacket, even though it doesn't make much sense for her to not have the jacket. But you know, she's wearing a generic tank top, but she's not. It's crossed at the back, so it has a bit of flair and style. It's low cut because, you know, she has boobs, and she is not afraid to stylize them and make them look appealing, because she's confident in herself and likes looking good. And also, she's wearing the MILF jeans with the cool Converse sneakers. And that is a great outfit design, because it looks simple at first until you realize they gave a little bit of thought and flair into it. They didn't make it generic khakis or cargo pants and a tank top. So, this guy isn't the main threat. The splitter crabs, maybe. What was I saying? Yeah, so, obviously, you know, Night of the I need to stop saying obviously, because that is a really bad tick that I think a lot of people have developed. It's like, no, it's not particularly obvious, actually. Night of the Seven Kingdoms has debuted. It's very, very good. They aren't deviating from the novel. You know, those things, people like them for a reason. Oh shoot, I'm almost dead. Wasn't expecting that. We should really use a flash grenade. We need an improvised flash. So I really should be trying to counter more of them. Improvised flash. Down there. Good. Fuck, still not dead? Right, let's heal Tri-Age. And we're pretty much out of enemies. Energy, so that is our specials gone. They really are like the thing. What was I trying to... I wasn't expecting to get into combat this quickly, because you do kind of have to focus. Oh, shit. Well, we gotta retry that. What was I saying? Yes, so... I want the high-powered ammo. There. We should do better. what was I saying? Yeah, right. So basically there's So I really gotta concentrate here. I'll shut up for a moment. Right. No. Target the Belchkin. Alright. Well, that's one threat out of the way. Just let my stamina recover. There we go. Oh shit! I thought it was dead! Damn, son. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, I saw this kind of theory that, attribute things, there's okay. A group of cave divers returned from their weekend trip to the Lane Caves just north of Wyatt'sville. Their mission was to continue ongoing efforts of mapping out the expensive cave system. Though they all returned safely, the team has collectively undergone some kind of generalized depressive disorder. The team has not been well enough to share what happened in the caves, but we will bring you updates as they become available.
What did they find in those caves?
Okay, so we did need to come up here because we can't even solve the middle room puzzle until we do this. A leak. Increases resistance. It's always kind of annoying when, it looks like you should be able to... Oh, nice. I can pick the lock and go fight a big monster. Increase the offense. Well, we don't have a workbench. 8-bite pizza. Nice. 8-bit pizza. Very good. I really want to make my own pizza. So what was I saying? Right. So it's like this theory that there's grim dark, right? Which is what you think it is, right? But a lot of things get attributed to be grim dark when they're not really grim dark. They're so it's kind of a little bit like an alignment system, and we're all nerds here, so we love this shit, right? And it's like grim dark. So like something like Game of Thrones isn't really grim dark, but it is grim neutral. It's dark fantasy, but not... Because a lot of things are dark fantasy, but they're not, like, gritty and real, but I wouldn't say that Game of Thrones is grim dark, because it's not so oppressively grim. It is, but grim dark is like Warhammer 40,000 or the darkness that comes before, right? Where everything is basically already over. The best you can hope to do is kind of break even, right? And the little pockets of hope that you get are more meaningful in a way. And grim neutral is very close to it, but there's still kind of a lot of good in A Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones, right? That's why something like A Night of the Seven Kingdoms can kind of exist quite easily in you know, because in A Song of Ice and Fire, because it's more realism over oppressive darkness, right? Whereas grimdark is a little over the top in how it's something maybe realistic, but and then you've got like, so it's splitting these things between noble and grim, where it's like the ethos or the fabric of the universe is divided in that way, right? So out of range. Fuck. I need to get better at parrying these things. Damn it. Okay, let's try again. Now! Oh, really? I thought that was a fucking parry if I've ever seen a parry. So it's like this divide between grim and noble. So you'd think that, like, the Lord of the Rings, right, is this kind of this how do you put it? You would think the Lord of the Rings is like what people think of when they think generic fantasy or something, right? But that's not really true. The Lord of the Rings has some really kind of quite dark and horror adjacent moments, right? You know, it really does. It's you know, it's the Lord of the Rings isn't quite as generic as one may think at first glance when they think of you know what the Lord of the Rings spawned in terms of fantasy, right? It really is. It's what I would call, because it was the originator, the first for a lot of this stuff, right? So what I would consider it closer to be would be what you would call noble dark, right? Noble dark. There's a lot of darkness in the Lord of the Rings, you know, even as much as flowery and poetic and as a kind of abstract as a lot of it can be at times. That the Lord of the Rings is not you know, it's not as generic as people say it is, and it wasn't at the time, and people knew it when those movies were, and when the book obviously way predates the movies. It's very special, but it is often imitated, never duplicated, right? Because it spawned so many, and it was the first to you can argue it's a compilation of a lot of different Anglo-Saxon and Nordic myths and various other things, you know. But as a platform, so basically what I'm saying is noble dark is the best way to describe Lord of the Rings, because if you really kind of think about it, barely anything is noble dark, right? What we would characterize as that. Not really. You know, but it's a setting where very noble characters and noble ideals ultimately beat out the darkness in a very dark world, right? Full of horror and trepidation, but it's also full of wonder and full of incredible visages. It's very epic, right? And almost all of fantasy is. I don't know enough about the examples. So somebody said something like grim bright is something like Mirror's Edge, where it's a grim world, but it's kind of bright. Or Final Fantasy VII, actually, would fit into maybe this, not grim neutral, but maybe this grim bright setting, right? Where it is a grim world, but it has a lot of bright pieces, right? Where, you know, it's not necessarily that it's generic, but it's like these quite interesting worlds that have a big scope. But I think the best way to describe Final Fantasy wouldn't necessarily be cyberpunk, even though it has those elements. It would be more diesel punk. So it's like, it's apropos to say it is a, it's people kind of got annoyed with the remakes because they're saying, well, it's not particularly dark. It's almost Kingdom Hearts, you know, set dressed as Final Fantasy VII, right? Because they've removed all the dark aspects of it and the scary, oppressive tension with Sephiroth and a lot of the science fiction horror, and kind of replaced it with silly, goofy anime stuff. And the anime levity was originally in the original game, but it's more that, how do you put it? There's like a noble neutral, I suppose, a noble bright. So they've confused it. They think it's not a noble dark, but like a noble bright, when it's a grim bright. I think is kind of the, with shonen DNA, you know, it's man, it's hard to explain. It's like the RE7 remake, they've tried to make like a noble bright, pretending it's like a grim bright, when it's a grim bright is what I would characterize Final Fantasy VII as. If this is hard to follow, I should show you the chart. It's like I'm glad that people went away and thought about this, because it's a really good way to characterize a lot of things that we didn't really have words for, right? With the alignment system. You know, you got your order versus chaos which is really useful because, you know, good isn't always lawful, and evil isn't always chaotic, right? You know, you can have honor-bound characters, you know, that have a strong sense of honor, or a strong moral code, or a strong sense of honor. They may be evil and ultimately self-serving and oppressive, so that it makes it's really. Oh,
I'm carrying
nice.
too much already.
Shit. Well, now we are not. Powerful semi-automatic shotgun capable of dealing high staggered damage. That will be incredibly useful, because I was starting to get a little soured on the shotgun that we did have, just because the shotgun, the single shot shotgun, wasn't putting out nearly as much damage as we needed it to. So that's very useful. Let me know if you guys. I really do need to, like, just set aside a night or a weekend. It's so hard to do this stuff. Like, you know, it used to be hard when I was doing like 30 hours a week, like 10 to 7 years ago. Retail, you know, coming home, but I had more days off and I could dedicate more time to, like, editing, and I spent a lot of that time editing, trying out different things, mainly like dubs and audio mixing and all that. And then I didn't really have the setup for streaming like I do now. But it's like coming home from work and then sitting down to edit a bunch of stuff when other people want lines from me, and then I'm meant to be acting in other things, and then I know that I need a haircut and I can't get one with my barber until the 20th, and you know, if I'm not looking my best, I don't. Streaming's one thing, but doing a dedicated vlog where, like, I'm the center of attention on the screen, and if I record something and I've got like a wisp of hair, kind of like that book review that I did do, where for like the first quarter of the the review, my hair's like this because I was kind of growing it out and I didn't think to, like, comb it, or I did, and then it went back. There was a lot going on, but I know it was mainly just me rambling and not really bullet pointing in my head as well as I thought that I'd be able to, but I'd love to be able to go through this stuff properly again. Oh! And we come back out there. Huh. Fancy that. Nice. Well, this trek was definitely worth it. Wait, so we're back around where the first ladder took us round to. But yeah, I love theory and dissecting a lot of this stuff. I find it really fun. We can't get through the police station yet. I'm glad we picked that lock. But I love talking about the theory for writing. I really need to do more writing. Here's the thing. When I've got the inspiration tends to come to me, it comes to me and it leaves me, and as it does with everyone, but when I'm really in the mood to record and edit stuff, I burn out so quickly. And I know if all I do is go to the office and do my day job, and if that's all I do, I burn out really quickly. You know, you've got to strike that work like fucking, it's generic as this sounds. You know, when I don't currently have that many obligations and not being forced to fit loads in, it's like I'll get distracted, or I can't bring myself. So I always try to at least do something. And streaming is a good way to, like, just feel. I know it's lazy. I know all at the end of the day, you've got to do is just, like, host, turn on your camera and your mic and your fucking game, and you're good to go, right? But you don't just want to play anything, especially when you're not feeling in the mood that you want to chat or talk, or you've got stuff that you want to say. And I know it's just about video games and it doesn't really matter, but you've really got to strike that balance, and you got to think about the returns you're getting on it. And I know that the weakness of this channel has always been marketing, not bothering with thumbnails, not sticking to a schedule, not ever sticking to, like, a I guess it's not well, yeah, I guess it would be, actually. It's you know, never consistently putting out one type of content. But I don't even like feeling like I am making and producing content, right? Because that's so generic and sloppy. It's like, I'm making a video about X subject or Y subject. Maybe later this year I'll do some more edited thoughts, you know, where I actually appear on the camera and I splice it with footage or the subject, or I just do a little bit more than me just rambling through a camera, because those days are long gone, you know, from YouTube. But maybe they're not. Maybe they're making a comeback. I still like videos like that. So we'll see. You know, we really will have to see. Okay, let's try out our new toy. Oh, nice. That did a lot. No, I keep threatening to make a video documenting and talking about my really shitty breakup, but I'm just like, if I don't do that casually, it makes me look, you know, as much as I'm in the right to, in many ways, you know, talk about that in depth with like not receipts, but like just saying what happened. I'm always gonna forget something. I'm never gonna convey what I want to, and you do stuff like that on the internet, it just gets really fucking messy, right? One more ought to do it. 2 more. Oh shit! Oh, it only has 6 shots. Well, you could have told me. Well, I know the game did through its HUD, but I didn't pay attention. This thing has way more health.
Fucking monsters.
They're everywhere. Hey, random girl we found out passed out in the woods. Go to the police station. I know it's all infested with monsters, with no help, no map. I'll give you some food and a few bullets. You know, I'll stay here at the farmhouse where the monsters don't arrive. Or maybe you could make the argument he's defending it, right? He's defending the farmhouse and he can't leave his daughter there and you can't exactly take her with you, but they could have maybe lampshaded that. You know, big think. You know, all I'm saying really is I should have written this game. I'm joking. So I guess, oh, this is very, this was made, I read, by a solo dev. Like, the amount of work going in to make this game look this good, and that's another one, that fucking jerk-off saying, well, Resident Evil 3 remake was, like, rushed. They have a development team of at least, I'm gonna say at least 100 people on it. This entire game was made by a solo dev, probably working a day job. And even if he wasn't, it's made by a solo dev. And the attention to detail and level design and... You're not saying the guy probably didn't have help, he probably did. But... anyone saying, well, you know, the developers were on crunch and, like, you know, like, they took out the unique selling point of Resident Evil 3 and, like, stripped it bare and, you know, what they wanted was Jill to say swear words and, you know, to cut out all the locations that they remember fondly and only include, like, a third of them. Like, who needs the Dead Factory, Branching Paths, bosses, or, you know, anything else they remember, like the, you know, the fucking guy on the title, Nemesis, that was a unique AI stalker enemy you could have done loads with modern technology with, but they stripped away completely to make him a scripted fucking rail shooter snorefest that can't, he really threaten you because he's scripted. That wasn't what they, yeah, so you tell me between 100 people on the development team, not one producer stepped in those boardroom meetings looking at the progress of it. And that's the thing with RE3 Remake. You can just tell the game was made to present to investors, XX, executives, and journalists to generate hype. It is such a obviously lazy cash grab for Capcom. They didn't care, which is crazy because it's their flagship series. It's like, if you do a good job on this stuff, people will still play it. It keeps Resident Evil going. I know we've gotten a lot of Resident Evil over the past couple of years. I'm not saying that we haven't. In fact, you could argue we've been spoiled, but then again, Resident Evil consistently over the 30 years, You know, we haven't got a mainline entry every year, but we got side stuff, and we got when they were just figuring out their new direction and developing that. Considering that, you know, RE4 is one of the most well-liked games of all time, and got re-releases on basically every platform since it first came out. So, I'm not saying that, what am I saying? Who cares? Basically, yeah, RE3 remake is disappointing, but if you're gonna say, oh yeah, we'll go easy on it, because, you know, they didn't have a lot of dev time, or it didn't have a lot of devs attached to it. Okay, well, this has one dev. Now, to be fair, I haven't looked at any interviews. We don't know how long he had to work on it. But I gotta say, you know, it was probably... Yeah, we've been in this room. We've been up there. So what we need is to go... somehow find a way to the other side of the sewers. Because if we've done this side, because we went up to the street. I mean, this looks like a valve. Can I not interact with this? No? Huh. Anyway, my main point, since I'm rambling, and that just is what live streaming is, really, just rambling, so... This was made by a solo dev, and it has a lot of love and soul put into it. It's very detailed. It looks very nice. It has quite a unique system, all things considered. The animations are nice. Doesn't have as much splash damage, this shotgun. Oh, fuck. So, can we not... Oh, yeah, we can. It just takes a lot of stamina. So, I guess my main point is this game has a solo dev who had help from his friends, and it's a fully functional Steam release that plays pretty damn good for what it is, understands what people want out of the genre, has a lot of little Easter eggs, you know, really, you know, they even made a commentary on the yellow paint problem. Because again, FF7 Remake is for journalists. This game is not a game for journalists. This game is not really a game for streamers. This game is a love letter to survival horror lovers, right? And it wears its influences proudly, you know? And it's all the better for it. You know, a game like, I didn't, in the end, end up streaming all of, Go Outside. Or is it Don't Go Outside? Go Outside, that's it. And they released a load of, basically like a free DLC for it that adds more to the game. So maybe we'll do a... We do have jiggle physics on the stairs. Look at that! Fantastic. That's another thing. RE3 make, RE2 make, and RE4 make were very much missing jiggle physics. RE4 had them. Fuck, Resident Evil 1 on the DS had them. Shameful. But, you know, a lot of that is the fun. It's like, characters... I hate this modern ethos in games that they seem to have, where it's like, if you make the characters attractive... or halfway real looking, you know, they're going out of the way to make a lot of characters intentionally ugly, so that, like, I don't know, like, this certain breed of journalist or person who is never going to play or enjoy these games, never has and never will play them because they see themselves reflected in these ugly people characters. I just don't get it. like, not every character has to be, like, really attractive looking, if it fits that character, but, like, going out of your way to, like, uglify everything and slopify everything and make everything just look like fucking shit. Like, slop and make... So, here's a game I never played, but Horizon Zero Dawn is, like, peak... fake... original... It's like Slop World, the game. It's so hard to explain, but the art design of that could have been kind of interesting. But it just isn't to me. And I don't know if it's because it just looks so generic, even though you could argue it's unique, you know, it's doing the biological... or like the robot animals and dinosaurs thing. But it's like, it's just a collect a coin-a-thon. Right? That's the only thing they can think to do, and as an open world, I don't really think it had quests. It's like the... I hate Assassin's Creed. These games that they, like, reskinned and shit out. Not that I played any of them since, the fourth one.
Time to get out of this shithole.
But originally, Assassin's Creed 1 and 2 were really good ideas. And I know that some people did actually like, Odyssey and, Valhalla, but it's just like generic slop to me. I can't explain it. And again, this is the opinion of somebody who never played them. But yeah, or like the one that they did, the Elizabethan one, people said was like cool with mods, but it's like I shouldn't have to mod the shit out of your game to be able to enjoy it. I also really need to do... I don't know if I have spoken on livestream about this before, but I like... Space Marine 2, the video game. I'm a big Warhammer fan. I do collect them and I do play. It was so generic. And people like, but it's like a... It's like it's badly imitating Halo and Gears of War and early aughts action shooters badly with a Warhammer 40k skin. I'm like, okay, take the graphical fidelity away. And you're left with a game that, like, is a bad compromise of loads of different genres, because it's not survival horror. It's not a particularly good hack and slash. It's not a particularly good shooter. You know, your Space Marine that is supposed to be stupidly fast for its size. You know, nothing that big should be able to move that quick. You don't feel like you're in the middle of a Astartes. Oh, shit. You don't feel like... you're in Astartes, the CG movie that came out. If you haven't seen that, check it out. Oh, fuck! So, Astartes... So, okay, so Warhammer 40,000, the the Space Marine 2. It's very mediocre, and it's very disappointing, because I did play it quite a bit. It's just something to play because it's an active shooter with a lobby. But the PvP, like the PvE, you never feel like a Space Marine, because they decided to go with, so let's make you feel like you're wearing tinfoil, and yet at the same time and make them really cumbersome and slow, even though they're not meant to be like that. And let's have the most... like an even more basic close combat system than God of War that we're aping, because, you know, heavy, strong character equals God of War remake now. So, it leaves you with this, because it's not tactile or responsive enough to feel like a Souls-like. So you're just left with this really bad compromise of, like, it makes you feel kind of weak. Really. That's kind of how I felt playing Space Marine 2, where, and I don't feel like it was a skill issue. I feel like it's an issue of kind of how they... I love the manual reload of a shotgun, by the way. As a kid, I don't know if it's... I found a revolver item, but I always thought that instead of a magazine, you had to reload modern handguns with the individual bullets or something. But I think I was mixing up my memories of Outbreak. Okay, let's try that again. I could go back to the save room. What happens if I do that to the hand grenade? I get a buster grenade. Well, we've got these toys, so why don't we use them? Shoot it in the mouth. Fuck. Ha! Probably shoot him again, right? I could shoot him multiple times while he's down. One more, and then go for the exit. So you want to use this to get rid of the acid, to wash the acid away, which really would just make the acid touch you. Yeah, you can get another one off, right? Boom. What is it? Yeah, so Space Marine 2 is, I just didn't get why so many people were writing the book. The only people who were honest about it when it first came out was this guy called Tanner that I saw on YouTube, who was, like, very difficult to listen to because he's got this really screechy voice and he doesn't let his friends talk, but you know, he really nailed a lot of the issues where, like, what is the motivation to ever use melee ever, you know, when it's really slow and does no damage other than the executions, right? There really isn't, which is sad to say, but it's kind of true, because so when they're staggered and down, that is a really good time to use that. Bruh. Kind of annoying you can't drown him. So, what was I saying? Do your attack. Oh, you fuck. Got him. How did he turn around so fast? I could probably get 2 shots off. Yeah. Oh, really wasn't close enough for that. There we go. Now. Bam! Is he still not fucking dead? I should probably use Tri-Age. Did I use... You know, fuck it. I got these grenades, I never fucking use them. Might as well, right? Could use the frost grenade. Ha! Wow, that didn't do much. Oh, but he's at 6,000 health, so we could probably take him out on the next go around. Throwing knives. Oh. Oh, I don't have enough energy. Speed boost. Frost. Okay, yeah, no, we could take him normal. I figure we could do it. Yes! Oh, I don't have enough energy for the throwing knives, though. Fuck! Oh no, well he's... yeah, this'll take him out. You know what? Just for safety, we'll get one more shot. Whew. Did I get any energy back? Wow, I really didn't. Yeah, so, just the fact that you do... You feel like you're fucking hitting enemies in Space Marine 2 with, pool noodles. And I know not everything in Warhammer is supposed to be fodder, but, like, and it would make sense if you're playing as, if you're playing as, you know, the, everything being a bullet sponge and, feeling like you have tinfoil armor and you are hitting everything with a pool noodle is how you're meant to feel if you're playing as a guardsman. That's why guardsmen shoot. Oh, police station tunnel entrance, nice. So the reason that you're supposed to feel okay, so as a Space Marine, you're meant to feel very capable, unless you're up against, like, a Hive Tyrant, and I know you could argue in the game, well, yeah, but they're taking out fucking swarms, constantly throughout the game, and they're not meant to make it feel easy, and yeah, like, the Hormagaunts are gonna give you something of a challenge, but it's like, if everything feels like a mini-boss...
Finally made it.
Which actually, some people would argue, well, yeah, actually, it's meant to feel that way, but... I kind of feel like it's not... Let's check out, before we go to the police station proper, let's check out the other door, just to see where it leads, so we don't miss anything. And it's... I think they oversold this swarm technology. Oh, it's gonna feel like you're fighting swarms. Doors jammed, fuck. Okay, so they really wanted to make it, but it's like, it's a cinematic trick. Again, they're completely scripted, right? So there's never, like, even if you throw grenades at a swarm of the little, I can't remember the names of them, like the tyrannid critters that come in massive swarms, they are just infinitely spawning, or a lot of them are set decoration. You're never actually fighting any of those because they don't come into the arena. I don't know, the game tricks you. And it doesn't feel fluid, right? Whereas a hack and slash shooter hybrid needs to feel really fluid, not like you're just executing things to get your health back. But a game that actually did make you feel like a fucking Space Marine is Bolt Gun, and that has PlayStation 1 graphics, so it just goes to show the graphical fidelity doesn't really matter. Not really. Oh, well, fuck this. Oh no, I've got no stamina. Oh, fucking, it's gonna force me to fight him. Yeah, I'm wasting this thing. That hurt me too. Somehow it didn't. Alright. Yeah, I could go back to the save room, but, you know. I'm not gonna. Some enemies have enhanced armor that grants stagger immunity and massively reduces the damage taken. Enemy armor can stack up to 5 times. Blocking and parrying will break the enemy's armor. Additionally, shooting an enemy with a bonus on flanking hits has a chance to break armor. It'll be shown on the enemy UI. Wow, there's a lot of them. Shit, okay. I am parrying an attack. I got no health and I got no energy. Oh, we can do an improvised incendiary. As long as we've got the scraps for it. So our problem now isn't really stamina, it's energy that we kind of need for our special moves. And we're not really getting much of that. So yeah, I mean, Space Marine, it doesn't feel awful to play. It has moments in the PvP that are kind of enjoyable, but it's like, why not just let you make your own class if it's your own Space Marine, right? With your own special abilities that you can choose and your own weapons. Because there's some classes that feel kind of worthless, and there's only like 3 maps in PvP, and it doesn't let you choose whether you want to play as heretics or loyalists, and it doesn't let you choose. You can disassemble, lower the weapon's upgrade level to 0, and get a refund on all the scrap you used. Oh, nice. We definitely want to save. What was I saying? So yeah, the PvP is good, but then it's only ever teams of like 6 on 6, and there's only ever 3, or is it 8 on 8? I don't know. It's maybe not that many playing it because they just haven't updated the game. They went straight into development for Space Marine 3, so hopefully they do improve how it feels to play as a Space Marine. But the people fanning the game's balls, like... And the thing is, I know these people have played better games, they just like the fact that it has a Warhammer skin. Right? This leads us out... Yeah, this street access. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know where we are now. Okay. So we open up a shortcut. Back to where we need to backtrack to. Which is almost always, you know, thoughtful game design. When you open up paths that were previously, you know, relate back to each other. So there's so many of these locked padlock gates. Okay, let's... Alright. Disassemble... Are we going to be using that now? Let's disassemble it. Yes. Let's... Oh, we don't have any parts on it. Okay. Because we're only really going to be using the Reaper now, I think. Okay. The power isn't the problem. The capacity isn't the problem. The range isn't really the problem. The rate of fire could be better. I'm not really having issues with the rate of fire. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we're not really having a problem running out of ammo. Yeah, alright. Let's put our old shotgun. I almost always do this in the survival horror. Once you get the faster shotgun, you almost always put that back. Right, yes, we definitely want energy drinks. Hot coffee. Okay, what, Ring of Greed, XP and scrap. Ammo isn't really an issue. What did I have on that? Because I feel like we might as well take the upgrade off the leather jacket since we're not wearing it. Well, we're only wearing that, so... Restore a bit of energy when you block an attack. Increase defense, give you a luck bonus. Defense and resistance, we've got plenty of that, I think. Increase defense, yeah, why not? We can't upgrade that, but we can't take... Oh, then again, I'm already kind of maxed out, so... So do I have to be wearing it for me to be able to disassemble it?
Let's see here.
Parts. Stamina regeneration. Yeah, we're not going to need that. At least I don't think so, for now. Oh wait, so where'd the leather jacket go? Or am I just... Oh, I'm technically wearing that. So... Right. Okay, yeah. So I have to wear it. Now I'm gonna put it back. I get why they want to highlight the costume, but it is kind of like... We haven't found any vending machines for a little bit. Street access. That is, yeah, we can't go through there. Boiler room we can't get to yet. Right, chemicals. I want to save those for grenades. Yeah. I'm not really using the stimulant, so I guess... Yeah. Alright. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we've been through there. Let's save. And let's... One moment. Alright, guess we're going up into the police station. It's the only place that we can go. To protect and serve. Locker room. Damn. Blood. Oh, shh. The bullpen. Oh shit, that's like a Hunter Gamma. Oh shit. Latchling, that's new, right? Oh, you can only hit them when they like open up their... Right, it's armored. But at least it's slow and I can kind of use the tape. Oh shit! Staggered. Yes, yeah. Move, no, move. Okay. Oh, nice. Extreme blood loss. So that just freezes it, right? Fucking really? What? Okay. Yes, we want the hot coffee, definitely. Wow, they really ramped up the difficulty on the enemies there. I'm glad that you can use the tables as, you know, defense. Broke its armor, yes. Is this thing like armored from... Oh, I only got one, okay. I got like my stamina, reload. I could really... So I've got something that regenerates my stamina upon... So it'll regenerate my stamina upon killing an enemy, but as the enemies get tougher, I'm not really killing enemies like as frequently as I need to make that useful like I was. Okay, no, that was cool. Recent dramatic increase of violence and suicide needs to be taken seriously. This isn't just a blip or a phase. I strongly recommend that we look into the cause and not just continue treating the symptoms. People are suffering out there and we need to find a way to help.
Could this be caused by the red pollen?
This was found in the officer's bullpen, 9-9. Oh, nice. Yes, because I am absolutely tanking hits, so it gives me less agility, but what does that mean? It just slows me down? And that's in the other room. I'm disappointed to say this, but I do not consume alcohol before or during shooting at the range. It's a privilege to be able to use it, and for God's sake, clean up after yourselves down there. The janitorial staff shouldn't be responsible for throwing out your empty pizza boxes.
Shooting range, huh? Could be fun.
We hit a dead end with Mr. Smith. Despite our gentle touch, we can't get him to disclose anything about what happened in those caves or what's going on with the rest of his cave diving team. He's since secluded himself at the Seaside 6. I believe he's in cabin 6. I'll follow up with him in a week. Maybe he'll be more talkative after some alone time.
It doesn't sound like he should be alone right now.
I don't remember what was in cabin 6. We're due for law enforcement. Terrell Pharmaceuticals has helped tens of thousands of people just like your officers from putting their past trauma behind them. One treatment will give your brave men and women the ability to do their jobs without being shackled by the weight of yesterday. Additional treatments available. Should any undesirable events take place after their treatment, additional treatment options are available to pinpoint and remove these new negative experiences. Our Rejuve treatments are proven safe and effective from children to seniors, but some rare side effects may occur. Please contact me, 20755-1998, to begin your...
They're really pushing this stuff.
Rejuvenation? Pinpoint. Reduce stagger but increase weapon damage. Okay. Records. Shit. We should go back to the workbench. Because we... Okay. Oh. Oh, shit. Improvised incendiary. And then this guy, improvised flash. Do I not have enough stamina? Oh shit, okay. Boom. Oh! That is like nothing. Improvise flash. Confirm. Do I have enough stamina for the throwing knives? Nice! So really, the armored ones, you've got to parry them. Fuck. Fuck! I was gonna say, give me some warning, but... Yeah, I need triage. There we go, that's a little bit better. You know what? Armor piercing... I feel like the Blitz may be kind of useful here. It did not like that, I don't think. Aim's blocked? By what?
Fucking monsters.
That took that out really well. Nice. Flash grenade. The damage is a detail they didn't have to add, but they did. And the dirt details, they don't have to add that, but they do. Oh, I was planning on maybe going back, but Oh, right. Welcome back, Lieutenant Hale. Promotion well earned. 22-14-09. Deceased. Retired. Suspended. Okay. I do like the world lore and the notes. Like, people still write memos and notes. Because they're all going to be in emails, but like, finding journal entries and keys through lore books scattered throughout the world is always really fun. Okay. Pinpoint. That's what I wanted to do. Take the stuff off the Kevlar vest and place it on... Alright, well, I want to... That's kind of annoying. I don't know if that's a bug, but you've got to have stuff equipped. Right. Right. Okay. Now I can properly customize, and I can put the Kevlar vest back. I didn't notice it slow me down because we're so cornered. Like, do we need to be super fast? Because I haven't noticed it really slow down yet. So... Attacker, increase offense. Defense and resistance. Bit of energy when blocking, that'll be useful. Stamina regeneration speed, that's... I've got a lot of offense already, I feel like. I feel like the luck bonus is gonna better serve me there. So, let's... Yeah, we probably want to use the health drink. Health elixir. Well, at least I know I've got one. And we've got a flash grenade. Alright, let's, That's locked. We can't get in there yet. So there's going to be a puzzle coming up. We've explored these rooms. There was very obviously something in the back office around this corner. We can't... Oh, we can open that. So I feel like we were just in a whole room that's like... We didn't check out. This was found in the booking room in front of the jail 1. High powered ammo. Oh, right. So we gotta piece the code together from the notes that we find. So 0199 and boiler room key. Women. You know, knowing this developer, I'd be amazed if he didn't have a mini cutscene of going into the cubicle to use it. Just say it's a Duke Nukem reference. Oh, they don't have a cubicle. They have one toilet. Go in the men's room. Haha. Cookies. You ate cookies? On the desk in the men's room? Ugh. You're brave. Oh, the disabled. Okay, there's a lot of locked doors. Storage, we got everything in here. Yeah, we can fight this guy. No stamina. Oh shit. Okay, damn.
I'm getting tired.
Well, I don't blame you. It's cool that you're not limited to what you can find. Just in terms of like, you can craft any grenade you need as long as you have the energy and the scraps. It's not safe to leave this way. How does she know that? Yeah, I feel like maybe I should have waited. Because, like, putting a lockpick straight there, I feel like there was probably, like, cooler doors that we could have opened. That would require the lockpick. But there's only limited lockpicks, so, okay. We need to look at the notes for the police station. 0199. Hale. 22. I'm guessing 019922. Is it gonna be that obvious? 019922? 990122 220199 2299 I've already tried this. Any other notes? Can we figure anything else out from the notes? There are, for completing challenges, there are, you can, like, buy in the menu. Like, kits that'll, with the challenge points, like, give you, like, a restock of stuff, but... Okay, so there's more to find. Officer, Lieutenant, Sergeant, Lieutenant, Officer. So maybe it's 08. Oh 019908? Oh 019908. 990108? Oh 1 9901
9908. 9908. 11. Why else would they... Okay. Yeah, I don't need the beast here. Okay. 9901.
It's a privilege. I've got to say, clean up after yourselves down there. The janitorial staff shouldn't be responsible for throwing out your empty pizza boxes. Janitorial staff. I say that because my buddy was I visited in my buddy in America, right? I visited him, and I didn't realize that American toilets are weird because they're really way bigger, like the arse bowl, because I think there's a lot of fat people in America or something. I don't know, and I think the I can't remember whether or not the toilet water when you flush it goes around the wrong way, but so it's like they're huge, and I didn't realize that you can only put like tissue paper down them, otherwise they block. And I was sleeping in his mother was away, but she has an ensuite shower and toilet in a room. It was really nice for them to let me stay there, and it meant that I got to stay there accommodation free. But I managed to block the toilet, and so to hide it from his dad. And bearing in mind, we're both like 30, he's like 36. And I'm alright, well, I guess I could go to the boiler room. If there's no other clues. Yeah, so anyway, I managed to clog this toilet, and even though he works as a janitor at like his this college, or like his like he worked there at Walmart for a little bit or whatever, so he absolutely can't stand the fact that I've shitted up and clogged this toilet. So I'm sort of like plunging it and using coat hangers, and I'm like, no, don't give up, don't get up. And I've got the gloves on, and he's trying to hide it from his dad who's asleep in the other room, and he's like really stressed out. Oh man, we're gonna have to call a plumber and all this, right? So I'm like, no, we're all good, we're all good. Keep going. And then eventually I get it, and I managed to get it, and it drains. But I was there like with my forearm down, and I've had to do it with this toilet before because I guess I don't know. I do big poos, and I use a lot of paper sometimes. I managed to block it. And this was the room, the bullpen. That's what I was looking for. So I managed to. That's the developer, right? Something. Yeah. So I managed to block the toilet, and so I'm plunging it for hours, and he's there on the bed like, ugh, and he can't come in the room, and he's running it away, and like, ugh, and I'm like, dude, are you meant to be like a janitor? Don't you deal with this stuff? But anyway, so I unplugged it. I mean, I don't expect the guy to like mop up my shit or unclog toilets that I've clogged, and I did fix it, and like we didn't call a plumber because I was the plumber. So I'm the Palmdale plunger, the California clogger. I'm missing some gold here. I think there's something with a B, but nothing around there begins with a B, right? It's desert. The yeah, anyway. But yeah, it's too late. Top rank to bottom, our rank is an extension of ourselves. Only those still active hold the line. Each rank may only have one representative. Lieutenant looks down on all.
the officer can only look up. Find 3 pages and determine who alone stands true on each. The highlight will guide you to the truth. Oh.
There's definitely a hint hidden in there.
Oh, right, so maybe I was using, like, the wrong code then. Okay. We can work with that. Officer's office. Yeah, we've been in here, right? I just ignored the rest of it. Because I didn't want to miss it. This is a really coolly rendered police station for a small town. I've always found the logistics and the depiction in, I know this isn't a 90s game, but like the 90s depiction of, one cool thing about RE2 Make, even though they never explain it in the game, at least I don't think, is that they said, oh yeah, the reason the police station has all these interlocking, all this art and all this like, kind of stuff that like a, you wouldn't normally see in a police station is it used to be an art gallery. And instead of closing it down, they transformed it into a police station or something at some point, like years ago, which really tied into the lore perfectly. That it was a converted old art gallery. I thought that was really cool. The way that they figured to do that. That was a cool addition, but I thought that was fan headcanon. They never really confirmed it in the game. Which, you know, is fine. Right, okay. So it's Lieutenant '09. What did it, okay. Top rank to bottom. Only those still active hold the line. Each rank can only have 1 representative. Lieutenant, officer can only look up. Find the 3 pages and determine who alone stands true on each. So the chief, though, would look down, right? So surely it would be the chief, then the lieutenant. Oh, there's 2 hail T's. I missed that. Back on the lock on the... I was only looking at the top one. Why didn't I see lieutenant as... and lieutenant, he's resigned. Okay, so the code then... '09... 5 days suspended. Officer... Clerk... Intern... But they're not highlighted. So, okay. Each rank can only have 1 representative. Lieutenant looks down on all, while the officer can only look up. But why have they got unique ranks then? So... Lieutenant... So the officer is the lowest? Find the highlight guides you to the truth only. So he's resigned. So it's only active. So the code that's first then, it must be '09. Nungen A is retired, but he's highlighted. So why have they highlighted him? And then there's... oh wait, so it can... okay, so here's our options. Only those active. So it... and it can only be those who are active. Okay, so it has to be '09, because he's the highest ranking, because he's lieutenant. And then 14, because it's highlighted. And the others have resigned. So then 01, a 9-9. But Nugent's highlighted, he's lieutenant, but he's not active, so he can't be him. It can only be 8. But then why are they mentioning the notes? Because there's no other officers. One is deceased, the other's retired. So how... Oh, okay, how... So how... Oh, what the fuck? Like, my controller's all sorts of fucked up. It's not connecting. I don't want to use keyboard and mouse. Like, what the Bruh. Okay. Yeah, so there's 6, so... The order... Right. Oh, 9... 09 14 01 09 14 99. No. From top rank to bottom, only those active hold the line. Each rank can only have one representative. A lieutenant looks down on all, while the officer can only look up. Find 3 pages and determine who alone stands true on each. Right? So I've done that. Delgado's transferred. And Park S is active. And so is Wallace and Patel, but they're not highlighted. And the sergeant is deceased, so it can't be Torres. And the lieutenant has retired. The only other active one is suspended, so it can only be out of the active ones. And the only active ones that are listed is 14 and 9. So it has to be 09, 14, and then we need to figure out... But they're not highlighted, so it could only be... 09, 14... Oh, wait. Oh, from top rank to bottom. Only those active still hold the line. Each rank can only have one representative. Right, so the only active one... Right, so that's... Lieutenant. 14 is officer. Oh, maybe it's telling me that officer is the last. So maybe I've got it right, I just got the order wrong. So maybe it's 09, 08, 14. Fuck. Right, well, what rank is the other highlighted one? Retired. Right, so he's suspended for 5 days. He's still active. And he's an officer. So if the lieutenant looks down at all and officers can only look up, 3 pages determine who alone stands true on each. The highlight guides you to the truth. So it can only be a combination of 14, 09, and 08. Because they're the only ones that are highlighted. Each rank can only have one representative. Oh, okay. It doesn't say anything about the sergeant. Okay, so the sergeant might be in the middle. So the sergeant in the middle, 09, so the last one is 14. So it can only be then the sergeant who's deceased, but he's not active. Only those active hold the line. Oh, 0199. So right. So lieutenant looks down on all, and an officer can only look up. Okay, so it has to be 09, 01, 099, and then 14. That has to be it. It can't be anything else from deduction. So 09, 01, 14. 09, 99, 14. Right, Lieutenant Hale has been promoted. Unless it's tricking me and the key is trying to tell me. Fuck. Maybe I'm alright, I'm clearly missing something. Because Hale was promoted. Is that why he's listed twice? But why would the lieutenant look down on the chief? And a clerk and an intern can't be higher than... So what's the point? Oh. Okay. Lieutenant, retired, blank, sergeant. But even then, if Taurus is the sergeant in the middle, he could only be 01 or 99. It can't be anything else. So now I'm upset, and I'm gonna go to the boiler room, because this is really, really irritating me. And I know it's just kind of part of the course with... And there's really nothing else. There's like no other hints or notes that I've missed. Dots. Oh. A kitchen. Oh, okay. Oh. There's a save point here. Yeah, drink some coffee.
You know, I don't, at every puzzle, when I get a little bit stuck, want to go straight to the internet. And I know that it... What the fuck? Fuck is that? Gnarly. Beer. Nice. Carrot, nice. Scrap, nice. Drawer. That's a big-ass TV that they got in their kitchen area here. There's a big-ass couch. This police station seems great. Nothing. So I wonder if the items are randomly generated or not. Yes, yes. High-powered ammo. Bully weapon bot. Nice. Holy shit, so there really is nothing else here. No other notes. Oh, the pulpit. Oh, okay. Energy drink. There is another note. To the new guy, or whoever else has shit for brains, we got you. If you keep forgetting the code for the jail, ask the Sarge one more time and you'll be on desk duty for the whole month. So keep an eye out for the codes. We broke it up and scattered them around. The first part is found where you need it most. The second is where we all slave away. The third is where cases go cold.
I need to figure out the order.
Alright, well... Maybe it's... on a wall? And it's not on a note? Maybe? I'm not gonna use the internet. Let's... Okay, maybe that was the problem then. I haven't found all of the notes then. Because it might be in a locked room, I'm guessing. It's the armory. Yeah, maybe the armory code is different. It's gonna be on his desk. Police department. There's like, is a fake. Where you need it most. Oh, this is a running clock. It's kind of a nice touch. Right, okay, can't get into the record, so let's... Ah, damn, a lockpick would have been good. Let's go to the boiler room and see if we can get anything from there. Because, yeah, we got the workshop as well, and let's save it. I'm mainly using... Okay. What does that do? Greatly increased damage... Weapon damage against staggered enemies. Well, that's... Reduce attack damage, but increase stagger damage. Reduce stagger damage. Increase weapon damage. So they just cancel each other out, right? You know what? Pinpoint. That'll do. So, yeah, because otherwise they just cancel each other out, right? Yes, let's save it. And let's... Yeah, we're probably good for now. XP and scrap. Fully restore ammo when you kill an enemy. Yeah, those accessories aren't the best at the minute. Let's see what's in the boiler room, though. Oh, eerie basement. Oh, that's a... Oh, dude, that's horrific. Oh, shit. Is there something in here with me? Oh, cool. Well, at least I can kind of see underwater. Can she run? She cannot. Yeah, we gotta drain this. Oh, yes! I knew I was missing something. Okay. That helps a lot. So we did have to come down here after all in order to solve the other puzzle. You can't solve the puzzle if you're missing like half the info, so... Yeah, her coughing is not a good sign. Oh, nice. Nice. Ella, I thought I was alone here. Thought you wouldn't come. You're so close. Don't let fear turn you back now. Please don't run.
Jacob's writing. How did it get here?
Yeah, how the fuck did it get here? Who's saying that? There's the red flower, right? Yeah, don't pass out in the water, Ellie. Whatever you do.
Murderer.
Is it raining blood? Do 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 do.
What the fuck is going on?
I love that level in Ninja Gaiden 2, where it starts literally fucking raining blood. Lockers. Nope. Okay, we need the, this is the records room key. Which is not in here. Lobby booking. But there's 3 notes, right? So that's the key to the jail, but not the armory. So the armory is different to the jail, so maybe there's 2 sets of codes that we need to figure out? Where you'd need it most. Alright, well, we don't actually have all of the doors, so having access to all of the doors could be useful. But that's checking. Not safe to leave it. What is it? Like, what? Why? What does she mean by that? Oh yeah, we haven't come across like a hidden... door or like hidden false door or locker for a while. Lobby booking. Okay. No, we're literally just here. There's no other doors. Okay. We definitely just missed like a load of stuff though. For sure. Briefing room. Yeah, there wasn't really anything in here that I didn't already get, right? Briefing room and Dino Crisis, it kind of reminds me of it. Dino Crisis is so such an underrated gem. If they were going to remake anything... oh yeah, there was that fan mod that somebody made of Dino Crisis. Like, pretty recently, and I haven't even played that yet. They just, like, redo the, They redo the first level, but they haven't built the rest of it yet. But it was like over the shoulder in the style of like the Resident Evil engine remakes, which I don't hate. Which I think people are gonna get the idea that I absolutely hate them. I think some of them missed opportunities, but most of them are pretty good, I guess. There we go. The records room. Well, if it's gonna be anywhere, here, right? High-powered ammo, just armor piercing. Yes. This was found in the records room. 80. Right. So that has to be the armory key. Oh, we've got to like figure out the order from what they line up with. But then there's the jail. Okay, so these are two different. Okay. Armory access. Okay. Only those active hold the line. Each rank can only have one representative. The lieutenant looks down on all, while the officer can only look up. Find 3 pages, determine who alone stands true on each. The highlight guides you to the truth. Okay. To the new guy, whoever else has shit for brains, we got you. If you forget the code for the jail, ask the Sarge one more time and you'll be on desk duty for the whole month. First part's found where you need it most. Second is where we all slave away. Third is where cases go cold. Okay, so we've got the smudge note, messy note, and the crumpled note. So I can figure that out. But the armory lock, we can figure this out. Okay, so they're all... Sergeant has to be in the middle, but how do we know which officer is which? Top rank to bottom. Oh, there's 3 pages. Determine who alone stands true on each. Right, so I'm missing a page. So maybe we should go to the jail. Maybe I could have picked that lock. Hey, Piggy. Hi. Right. So before I lose my... Okay, well, we've got the jail code, so we could always come back here. That's not... Piggies come in. Right. I tell you what we'll do, because I don't want to stay up playing too late. Yeah, famous last words, right? The lockers. So there's quite a few keys that we don't have that we need that will then give us the note to be able to figure out how to get into the armory. So maybe it's each page who stands true. So maybe it's the only rank listed on the 3 pages and we determine that from the highlight and narrow it down. There can only be 1 rank from each page and that gives us the code. That would kind of make sense actually. But no, I can't remember where the jail is. Why do I get so lost in these games? Is it because there is fixed cameras and then there isn't the... Yeah, right. This is a good place to stop it because I need to dry Piggy off because he always comes in really wet. This was really fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm really enjoying where it's going. We'll be right back. Now, once my mouse decides it wants to turn on. There we go. So we will end it there. Thank you for joining me. And maybe I'll center this